Taurus, darlings. Welcome to my sector of the universe. This is Jess with Capella Wellness, here to help you step into your truth and star into your power. For those of you who've never been here before, welcome. Thank you so much for being here for the first time. I'm so glad you're here. For those of you who are returning for another weekly, thank you for rejoining me for another one of these readings. And to those of my who are my subscribers, thank you so very much for your love, your loyalty, and support. It means the world to me. I am forever grateful to each and every one of you. I want to mention that I have my first Capella class. People usually call them master classes, but I wanted to do something different and call it a Capella class on reintegrating the divine feminine. I have 3 different sessions for those. If you want more information, you can stick around to the end of the reading, or you can check out the description box below on more information about what that entails and how to book it and the dates and times and things like that. Also, if you would like a personal reading with me or a coaching session, that information is in the description box below. All right. I wish you guys a wonderful, beautiful, motivational, inspiring week, and I wish you a happy Valentine's Day. With that being said, let's get into your reading. Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your weekly reading. How are you? I hope you are doing stupendous. I'm trying to utilize different words when I do those types of intros. But anyway, it doesn't really matter that much, does it? I'm also sending you many blessings and much, much love for this week and for the weekend ahead. All right, Taurus, if you've never been here before, what we're going to do is we're going to, I lost my train of thought. We're going to see what your overall theme is for this week, what you need to focus on, and what you need to avoid for your spiritual growth, because that is what this is about. So you can attract and align yourself with the many blessings God has waiting for you. Stick around to the end so you can see what other guidance Spirit has for you with how to navigate these energies. You'll get a wellness tip, and you'll get an affirmation of the week as well. And then we're going to see what the full moon in Leo is bringing you. That occurs on February 16th. It also happens at the same time that Venus and Mars are exactly conjunct at 16 degrees of Capricorn. All right. And then we will finish this off with seeing what your love energies look like at this time. Okay? All right, Taurus. Let's see what your overall theme is for this week. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Syrians, please reveal to us for our highest good. What is Taurus's overall theme for this week? Please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. And as you know, I say this week, these are really timeless readings. Whenever you come across these is the time you're supposed to receive the messages. I also highly recommend you watch your moon, your rising, your Venus, and your North Node signs to get a much bigger picture as to what is going on with you energetically and what guidance you are being given. Alrighty. It looks like Spirit is really thinking about this one. There it is. They told me we're trying to get the best energy because they're saying there's quite a few options based on the deck that I'm using. But as you saw, the luminosity card comes out, which is what they're really emphasizing. So this is about you shining your light. Okay, I see the Queen of Wands with this energy, and the Empress too. King of Wands even, taking action on things. So when you shine your light, Taurus, others are going to be attracted to it. And this also includes attracting like the divine masculine, right? Because when you are shining your light and you are ascending, you've become in alignment with your higher self. You're vibrating at the violet flame level, which is the highest frequency of all. She's vibrating at that level. Look at all the light that is emitting from her. All right. Light attracts light. Okay. And light heals others. It's like darkness can't get it right. I wanted to say something about the Martin Luther King quote that I put on the on my community tab the other day. It's like, you can't, something about healing the darkness with darkness. You can't do that. Only light can do that, right? Or like combating hate with hate. You can't do that. Only love will do that, right? This is about when you want things in your life, Taurus, that are harmonious, that are uplifting, that are fulfilling. Material wealth, inner wealth, abundance, okay? You have to be at this high vibrational state to attract that. And that even includes those relationships. And if you want true love, you will have to be emanating at this, vibrating at this level to attract that. The love of a lifetime type of thing, right? It's the higher love. It's not just about eros love and romantic, and I talk about this often. So when that light is within you, it starts to emanate from you and others see it. This is also telling me that for some of you, you were meant to be this beacon of light, this beacon of faith and hope for others. As you are going to be an inspiration. I see Ace of Wands and Page of Wands with this, where there's this excitement to you and curiosity, not just with the luminosity, but when you embark in this journey to really start working on and brightening the luminosity of your light there, you start to attract all these other beautiful things. And as part of your mission, for some of you, remember, this is a collective reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't for somebody else who's watching this. And remember to be honest with yourself. When those of you who are working towards shining your light and not dimming it, you become that inspiration to others, because some of you, that's what part of your role is. I was just talking about this to one of my clients. I started to do handwritten letters from your higher self, because I mentioned that and she was interested in it. So I created a service for it, and she replied to me before I started these readings, and it really hit home with her. And I touched up on some things that there's no way I could have ever known. And that actually, with my light that I was emitting, it was actually being an inspiration to her. You see how that works with the light work that I do, with the channeling that I did, because I'm gifted in automatic writing. So I wrote this letter from her higher self to her to get her to really understand certain things. And a lot of things were brought to light because my light was shining so brightly so that she could see the light within herself. For some of you, that is what you were destined to do. And it's not just about, expecting that someone else is going to make us shine our light. No, we do that on our own. It comes from within. It's like the Sun card. You want that happiness, you want that abundance, you want that freedom, you're going to have to find it within you. Okay, Taurus? It comes from within you. And that talks about your healing. It talks about the inner child. Going from that distorted inner child to the divine inner child, and going from distorted feminine, distorted masculine, to divine feminine, to divine masculine. But in order to get to this state where you are vibrating that high and all of that light is shining through you, you have to go through that spiritual journey. It's an arduous journey, I know, because I've been through a lot of it, but it's so fulfilling and it's enlightening. And with that lotus there, enlightenment, you start coming from the depths of those murky waters to rise to the surface and bloom for the world to see, for others to really see, oh my gosh, look at the light that Taurus is emitting. What is it about Taurus that is drawing me to Taurus? That's what we should be striving to attain. And then we have that new beginning. Living a life more of freedom and self-fulfillment and self-love and self-worth. It's like the Empress card and the Queen of Pentacles. And it takes time. I see Temperance card with this. Your light isn't going to come from anybody else, Taurus. It's going to come from within you. And the one main entity that will assist with that is having a very close connection with God. He is the light of truth. It's like the energy of the sun, the divine masculine. But more of the sun is the light of truth of God. And that talks about healing as well, right? When you're truly connected to the divine feminine within, this is what your light, this is how your light shines. It's your true nature. It's your authentic self. It's your, who Taurus really is. So if you're looking to attract your divine masculine, if you are a divine counterpart, twin flame, but we won't get into labels. You want to attract the higher form of love, you have to get there first. That's how it works. And if you are in this light counterpart connection, which is what my guides told me to call it instead of twin flame, because they don't like that word. The healing starts with the divine feminine first. And divine feminine has to go through that spiritual journey to achieve spiritual mastery, to embody the divine feminine, but to also walk as a divine feminine, to talk as a divine feminine, to think as a divine feminine. And when you get to that place, then you start to attract someone who will be the divine masculine, someone who goes from distorted to divine. And again, if you are in this counterpart connection, the healing starts with the feminine first. And the feminine also has to fulfill their life's purpose. On top of going through their spiritual awakening and their healing process. Judgment card, heeding the call. Learning from your life's lessons so that they can empower you to make those changes necessary to get you to here. We don't have to be everything. We don't have to be someone that we're not. We don't have to fulfill both roles as a divine masculine and the divine feminine. If you are mainly the divine feminine, you fulfill your role as that, but you balance the feminine and masculine within you, but you allow the masculine to take on his role as the ultimate provider and protector, to lead the family, to protect the family, the feminine, the home, to lead them. And the divine feminine has the leadership role as the nurturer and the caretaker, the one who's going to shine the light to emanate it out to others, and that ties into unconditional love. To help others thrive. That is her role. That is part of the divine order. That's what a lot of us don't understand. And it's not anybody's fault because we're not taught this. But this is what God wants us to see. But in order to have that harmonious environment and harmonious relationships that are successful and complementing and supportive, the feminine has to get to this luminosity first. She's not afraid to ask for help. She's not afraid to stand in her power. She's not afraid to speak her mind and speak her truth. She's not afraid of her sensuality or her sexuality. She's not afraid of who she really is on the inside. And she allows others to help her without feeling codependent. She allows the divine masculine to fulfill his role and help the feminine, but not in a controlling way. She doesn't become overbearing and critical. She doesn't judge. It's like the Queen of Cups energy too. She gives lovingly, without condition and without judgment. And when she's embodying all these things, it's like the Empress. She starts to attract all of these beautiful, wonderful things into her life. This is about letting go of the need to control everything. Thinking that you don't need help. We all need help in some capacity. But as I said, if we become codependent, that is unhealthy. But having somebody help us with something, it's the Aquarius energy. We are in the Aquarian age now. We are here to help each other grow, learn, evolve, and to help others to shine their light as well. This is not like it's all about me. This is not being selfish. Oh, like, well, I'm going through this and this is the only way that I have to do this. No, it's not. We don't have to micromanage. We don't have to, especially with being a female, think that we have to do everything and anything. That if we have a little bit of help, that it's a sign of weakness. That is a false belief. So we have to let go of those patterns. And do so with grace. Be this divine feminine with grace. That's what she is. She doesn't become the Queen of Swords in the reverse. She's not the Queen of Wands in the reverse. She's the Empress. She knows when she needs to fulfill her duties, what she needs to control and what she needs to relinquish control of. That she doesn't have to do anything. Why? Because she attracts what it is that she truly needs. She also attracts individuals who are genuinely there to help her for her highest good. This also talks about, it's funny because these readings were talking about the divine feminine mostly, and I started my first Capella class with reintegrating the divine feminine to help others get there with an 8-step process that I created, which is based off of how I got to where I'm at. So with that guidance there, with the theme, this is really about being connected to your true divine feminine, and that class talks about that. If you want more information on that, the link is in the description box below for my Reintegrating the Divine Feminine course. And it ties into this, like I talked about, spiritual maturity. You have to become spiritually mature first before you can attract someone who's going to be the same. Someone who is like the divine masculine here. And I talked about going through that journey. You see that winding road? If you want to traverse this winding road to get to the pinnacle of bliss, happiness, expansion, that's a luminous state right there. You have to go through that journey. And you go through that journey alone first to achieve spiritual mastery. It's like the hermit. The hermit doesn't gain the wisdom by being Knight of Wands or Knight of Swords, like just blazing through. The hermit takes his time. He goes within and starts learning about what went on in his life and sees the value in the lessons learned from those things. That builds maturity. That builds confidence and resilience and strength. So as I said, in order for you to want to have this partnership with someone where the next phase of your connection, if you are a divine counterpart, when you come into harmonious union and start fulfilling your joint mission, then you start to embark on that journey together to become the divine couple. Every time I see this card, when they get to the pinnacle here, the apex, they're shining their light to the world as a divine couple. to be an inspiration to others on what a true, compatible, supportive, unconditionally loving relationship really is. But you have to do the hard work first to attract that person, and then you embark on that journey alone. But then there's another journey that you guys go through together to get to that, so that you can be that beacon of light as a couple for others. There's going to be challenging times. There's still going to be healing involved even after you come into harmonious union with your counterpart. And there are going to be a little bit of tests along the way too, to see if you're like actually ready. And this is about honoring your journey. And it's your journey and yours alone. You can't expect somebody else to have the same journey as you. You can't expect somebody else to heal in the same time frame or in the same method as you. We're all very unique. Everyone has a very unique birth chart, and some people have some very challenging birth charts, because I've seen some of them. And if this is talking about your divine counterpart here, and either you're trying to expect them to rush their healing journey or to rush getting to spiritual maturity, whatever this is, you're not respecting their space. You're not respecting their journey. You have yours, and your person has theirs. And when you come into union, you continue to respect each other as individuals, because the growth and the evolution of the soul never ends. We're always in Earth School until we are done with our mission here. So respecting your own journey, respecting the journey of others, especially with a counterpart, is going to be very important here. This will also lead to you being more spiritually compatible with your person. Because again, with these journeys, they're divine in nature, which means God supersedes all of it. God has full control over that connection and over your spiritual growth. You do your part, God takes care of the rest. And everything will happen in God's time, not our time. So when we reach this spiritual mastery, we will now attract that same person that we're going to be truly compatible with. And that actually is going to increase the luminosity of the light when you two come together. This is also about expecting other people's viewpoints about what spirituality is, how they get there, their relationship with God, because everybody's relationship with God is unique. And with this journey, we're never going to find all the answers. There is no such thing as an expert, because we're always learning, growing, and evolving. And things start to surface that nobody has discovered yet. There's always discoveries to be made, and it's up to us to find those. It's like that quote that I have with the universe places gems within inside us and steps back to see if we could find them. So there's no wrong way, no right way. And of course, when I'm doing my readings, it's guidance. So, and usually whatever guidance we get from each other, we start to discover other things about ourselves. And then we start to discover things about our own spiritual journey and how we can get healing, how we can traverse this path to healing, to get to that pinnacle here of enlightenment, of freedom, of understanding. So if you're looking to really connect with soulmate, your counterpart, it's really time for you to focus on this journey right here. Get out of your comfort zone. Head towards your North Node. Let go of those false beliefs that were ingrained in you as a child. And no, it's challenging because for me, I grew up Catholic, and it was what I'm doing now is very different than what I grew up with and what I was taught, not only by my parents, but by the church. And this is no knock on religion at all. I respect all religions. But when I realized that when I had that direct line of communication with God, it's like the Hierophant card, God was showing me what the truth really was, what my truth was, that mission, what my mission was, what my relationship to him truly was. And it was completely different than what I had experienced as a child, growing up to adulthood too. Because I didn't fully understand this until I was, 38, which was a few years after I met my divine counterpart. So my divine counterpart was my catalyst to get me to embark on this journey of spiritual mastery, to become the divine feminine Christ. And everything started to shift. So whatever it is that you are bringing down from the universe, from God, trust in that. Don't question it. If it feels right for you, if you feel light, you feel at peace, that is your truth. If you feel dark, you feel heavy, that is not your truth. That's a good indicator of what is truth and what is not for you. Others of you, there's something about how there's a union here, because every time I see this, the couple's already here. Because you are divine feminine Christ now, and you are shining your light, you've achieved this incredible feat on your hero's journey to healing, that now you're going to come into union with your counterpart, and now you're going to take that journey to become the divine couple, to be an inspiration to others. And as I said, to show what a true, compatible, supportive, unconditionally loving relationship is. One where there's no codependency. One where both of the individuals still honor their true selves. And there's no control. It's completely balanced. But the big difference is that now God is at the forefront of this relationship, which is what the divine order is. And they're going to show others how this can be achieved. But it's putting God first, but then both the masculine and the feminine. I always do this with the Trinity here. God is here, masculine and feminine are here. They're equals. But they fulfill their role. Masculine is the ultimate provider and protector. Feminine as the nurturer, caretaker, the one who's giving that unconditional love, that healing to her masculine, her husband, whomever, her partner, and everybody else. But no one takes over the roles. No one's trying to do the role of others or do both roles at the same time, if that makes any sense. All right. And I didn't know they were going to be out there mowing the lawn and blowing leaves and things, but it is what it is. All right. Let's see what you need to focus on for this week. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Assyrians, please reveal to us for our highest good. What does Taurus need to focus on for this week? Please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Oh well. What does Taurus need to focus on for this week? Spirit guides and angels, please and thank you. We have the 10 of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the 6 of Cups. Yeah, I was picking this up. The Knave of Swords versus the Page of Swords. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Chariot. This is Cancer energy. Maybe you're dealing with a Cancer, but it doesn't have to be. Or this is about nurturing, right? Because Cancer is ruled by the moon. That is a divine feminine. So this is about taking control of the situation. You're being divinely guided to head towards where you need to be, Taurus. So this is really about following that divine guidance, and it's the guidance given to you, not by anybody else. I'm hearing the law of God, not the law of man. This is about taking action. All right. Whatever God is telling you, whatever your higher self is telling you, your ancestors, your angels, whatever downloads you're getting, follow that. That is going to be your path to your destiny, to victory. Okay. There's a lot of success here in understanding that when you take control of what you are supposed to take control of, like you can control how you respond to things. You are the driver of your destiny, right? That is the form of control that God wants you to take. You just don't sit there and hope and wish for, miracles to happen when you don't get in your chariot and go. You have to do your part, and then God takes care of the rest. That's what I was talking about. But this is also about, just being charged up and ready to go, and you just going out there and not having any fear. Understanding that wherever God is telling you to go, you're going to be safe. You're going to be headed towards what your destiny truly is. And that involves not listening to anybody else and having that willpower and that courage to just go push through it. All right. God is saying, hey, Taurus, you need to head in this direction. It's time to go. Some of you might be literally being told to move, relocate, pick up, move house is what I'm being told. If that's you, Taurus, follow that guidance, because wherever God is telling you to head towards, that's where you really should be. That's really where you should be heading towards. There's like travel here or something like that involved. That's for some of you, not for all of you. The others of you, you really have to take the reins here. Don't be sitting in a loose chariot, and don't allow someone to drive it either. It's your chariot, Taurus. It's not anybody else's. And God's going to help you to steer. You may not know how to drive a chariot, but God's going to help you with that, because God knows everything. He knows what is best for all of us. So don't worry about that guidance you're being given, because maybe there's a fear of the unknown. I'm not sure where I'm headed, but God knows where you're headed. So trust in that. Have faith in the fact that God is going to lead you to someplace better. But you got to take action. You got to get in the chariot. If you want things to change, Taurus, you got to get in the chariot and follow your divine guidance. But maintain that willpower and fortitude to just push through and not worrying about where this chariot is going to lead you. So 10 of Wands here. You got to release these burdens. I talked about releasing these old patterns, right? This could even be doing too much, overcommitting yourself to too many responsibilities. Spirit, see this person's tapped out. You may be tapped out. Again, this is a collective reading, so take what resonates, but be honest with yourself. You may be overcommitting yourself. There's like so many responsibilities. It's weighing you down. It's causing a lot of stress. God wants you to put an end to that. All right. That could be what you need to have, that strength and willpower. You know what? I'm moving away from this. I need to find my vitality. I need to find that strength, that willpower to just push through, because it's like I've had enough of this energy right here. So Spirit wants you to have this come to an end, because again, like you're dormant here. Nothing's going on. This is completely different energy with the 10 of Wands, this guy here and this guy just like ready to go. All right. Chariot is fast movement. It's just taking off. It's taking action. There's no action here. Okay. No action is being taken because you guys are just like, I'm tired. Maybe you've been in this journey and you're just like, when is this going to end? All right? You're so close. The 10, look what's behind it. You get to the 1. You see? When I talk about some of you coming into union, you are so close. It's like you're right there at the threshold of the finish line. And it's been a long battle. And it's just like, oh my gosh, I'm not sure if like I can push through. That's why I was saying you have the energy of the Chariot to push through this. All right. So what I'm seeing is that with this energy here, it's weighing down on you. It's like you're going to have this big push. And this is coming from God because this is a major arcana. And 7 is a divine number. So the divine is really going to come in and catapult you to this Ace of Wands. Okay? It's going to catapult you to the Ace of Wands. And you're going to have that fresh start, that new beginning. Things are going to change. You're going to feel a lot more energy, a lot more vitality. But don't let this stress, these burdens overcome you. Okay? There's something here that some of you need to do a detox or something like that. Drop the wands. So you can free yourself of this heavy energy, and then look at that. You go to the Ace, and this like it's fast again. It's fire energy, vitality and life force, solar plexus type of energy here. Like I said, you're going to be catapulted. You're just like, man, is this really coming? Am I really done here? And then the energy shift drastically. And see, the 10 to the 1. And then all of a sudden things change. There's a completely new beginning here. Starting over. But starting over with a lot more vigor and energy, vitality. The go for it type of energy. Like, I'm just ready to go after this. And then this passion new beginning starts. A fresh start occurs, and someone comes back from your past. This is a reconciliation here. God presents you this opportunity. It's a gift from God because it is an Ace. And then the person, this is for some, not for all, your person returns. You've had many past lives with this person. A lot of healing has been done between the two of you. A lot of the inner child has been healed. A lot of what happened in the past has been reconciled. A lot of the trauma that was done to you as a child has been cleared. Ancestral pattern healing has been completed, is what I'm also hearing. It's like 10 of Pentacles. And now that this person's ready, because you, Taurus, are vibrating at this level, again, you're now ready to come back together and start to fulfill your joint mission. There's the energy of the reunion and reconciliation here. It's the birth of something new with this reconciliation. No more burdens, no more stress, no more pressures. It could even be your person here, Taurus. It's like they've had this pressure. This was weighing them down to reconcile with you, to reunite with you, to confess the truth, because the Page of Swords is here. This has been building up to some crazy degree where it's like, I can't deal with this anymore. That's why these wands come falling down. And that's why God's like, here is your energy to go after Taurus and to reconcile and to reunite. To start healing now as a couple, okay? God said it's time for you to go for it. It's time to go. God, because again, this is the Ace of Wands. God said, okay, Taurus's person, it's time to go. You need to come back and speak your truth because it's killing you. It's not 10 of Swords, but I can see it. It's been weighing heavy on them for a long time. Could even have been 10 years for somebody here. 10 months. Not 10 days, because 10 days will not give you that much of a burden. At least I don't think so, but I could be wrong. Okay? Something like that. It's been a long time coming. And this person's so stressed out and overburdened. I cannot hold this weight anymore. I need to drop this and I need to come clean. I need to speak the truth. So there's communication coming in here. Now, what I am getting is that when this person returns, it could be challenging to hear. They may have some truths that may make you look like, what? Or drop your jaw or something like that and say, what happened? What did you just say? They could even be telling you about something traumatic that happened as a child that you didn't know. Okay, that's what I'm picking up on. That's for at least one person here. Something about their past they're going to communicate to you that you didn't know about, and they're getting ready to open up to that. This is a new form of communicating from this person, Taurus, because apparently what I'm getting in the past, they had a hard time with communicating, not only properly, but communicating their truth and being honest and authentic here. Okay. So this person might send you a letter, a text message, some form of writing, email perhaps. And they understand now that they have to communicate clearly and with honesty. Because if they don't, this 10 of Wands is going to turn into like a 20 of Wands. And I know that doesn't exist, but that's what they want me to say. That is double the burden and the weight, to the point where you don't move, period. Because in the Rider-Waite, the guy's still walking, right? It's just slow. But this person is just like, I can't bear this anymore. There's a karmic pattern that needs to be released with holding on to the emotions and holding on to their feelings and their truth. That's got to be dropped. And this is what this person is doing. They're like, I can't deal with this anymore. That's why the Ace of Wands is here. I need to come and speak the truth. I need to return and reconcile with Taurus because I cannot bear this burden anymore. So that's where the communication is coming in. And this is a very honest individual. They've learned how to better communicate. That there's a lot of lessons that were learned from childhood, from their past, is what I'm being told. And that could even mean this person is coming to see you. They're traveling to see you. They may have to cross a bridge or over some form of water, is what I'm hearing. They're following their divine guidance because they are being told, Taurus, it's time for you to go. It's time for you to communicate with Taurus. Or Taurus's person is being told it's time to go. They're following the divine guidance. They're heeding that call. Okay. And what's funny is that if you want to look, I picked up that card by itself. You can see I'm not messing around with the cards. Look what's underneath the Chariot. Didn't I say 10 of Pentacles? There's 10 of Pentacles right there. So what I'm getting, Taurus, this is for some of you, not for all of you. Your person is being told, Taurus, if you want the 10 of Pentacles, you want a long-term relationship, you want a happy ending, you want a long, to build a family legacy with someone, you want marriage, commitment, something that's long-lasting, you want to build a home together, or a family business together, you're going to have to go after it. You can't just sit around and sleep all day and expect magic to happen, right? You have to take action. This is the card of action. So your person is being divinely guided to just charge ahead, knowing that they're going to be victorious because God has already told them that there's victory here. There's success here. And this person's going to come forward with communication. Or it could be you, Taurus. Take it how it resonates. The others of you, and that's for those who are in this energy out here already, okay? The others of you, you got to stop overcommitting yourself and start focusing on your spiritual growth, okay? You got to start doing what lights you up because whatever responsibilities you're taking on right now, Taurus, it's not for your highest good because if it makes you feel like this, spent. Maybe you guys are sleeping a lot more because you don't feel rested enough. You've taken on too many responsibilities and it's just like, I cannot go on anymore. And what does that do? This lowers your vibration. This dims your light. That's why you need to focus on reintegrating the divine feminine and not expecting that you have not, you have to release the belief that you have to do it all, that you have to commit to everyone and everything. That is the 10 of Wands. You are not being called by God to do that. And maybe some of you are being told already, Taurus, you need to do something about this. You need to take control of your life here with regards to overcommitting yourself. You could be working too much at a job and it's stressing you out. You could be working too much at a job and you're doing everything in the home. If you have a family or in a relationship even, there's no equal give and take. I see 6 of Pentacles in the reverse here. Some of you are taking on too much, but that's why your guidance, your theme is to allow people to help you. That you do not have to do everything. That is not what God called the divine feminine to do. That is distorted feminine. Because there's a fear here for somebody who's trying to take too much control for fear of what's going to happen. Again, trying to take too much control for afraid that the chariot is going to veer off. But you have to be following your divine guidance and not following what other people are telling you to do. That is not for your highest good, okay? So you have to start doing what lights you up. What sparks you? What lights your interest? What is it that you love to do? Follow your passions. Because apparently whatever you're committing yourself to, it's not making you shine your light here, Taurus. Being in 10 of Wands energy is not the divine will of God. It's not. God wants you to be free and to have a renewed passion for love and life and to do things that make you feel invigorated. Like I said, you feel fired up about stuff. I really want this passion, but more passion maybe in the relationship. But this is more about passion about what you want to do. Following what lights you up does not put you in 10 of Wands energy. So it's a choice, Taurus. Either you want to stay overcommitted and feel stressed out and you're losing, you need to sleep all the time and you're overcommitting yourself and you can't get things, you feel like you can't have any time for yourself. To be honest, Taurus, you're putting yourself in that predicament. Because again, you do not have to do it all. That is not the role of the divine feminine. You're taking on too much of the divine masculine here. And some of you have a little bit of an issue with asking for help. It's okay to ask for help. Your light is being dimmed because some of you are in 10 of Wands energy. That ends up attracting more 10 of Wands energy. More pressure, more stress with whatever it is that you're doing. That doesn't attract abundance. It doesn't attract the person, the divine masculine, who's going to help you, genuinely help you for your highest good and for the highest good of both of you. That energy won't attract that. It won't attract material wealth either. It won't attract more harmonious things. You got to get into this energy, the Ace of Wands, to do that. And some of you with, this new start here, God's giving you a new opportunity to really start to focus on your healing, your inner child. Because maybe what's happening is there's an ancestral pattern, like I said, with the 10 of Pentacles. There's an ancestral pattern with you overcommitting yourself, working too hard, because maybe your parents worked really hard. Maybe you have this false belief. There's a conditioning from childhood that they said, well, Taurus, you have to put in all this work if you want to build a life for yourself, if you want to have a beautiful home, if you want to have a loving marriage, if you want to have this, all this money, you have to work more than 40 hours a week. You have to do 5 jobs and you have to commit yourself to all this stuff. No, that is a huge false belief. When you're in the energy of the divine feminine, it comes to you. You do your part and God takes care of the rest. We were not designed to be stressed out and overworked and underslept and all of these things that keep us from vibrating high. Think about it. This is falling more into dark energy. It's not of the light. If it's not part of the divine order, then how are you going to attract all of these light things, if you want to call it that? We weren't designed for that. We were designed to be at peace, to have this freedom and this energy that we can do things, but we do things that we are passionate about. Not doing everything just to be like, oh, well, look at Taurus. They're doing everything. Wow, that's some mother, that's some father. Or you might have somebody who's not putting in their weight in a marriage, or you're a single parent and your parent, you're just the other parent of your child, if you have children, because there's a child here. They keep backing out on their promises and they keep screwing up your plans or whatever this is, and you're just taking it and you're just done. It's, you have no energy and time for yourself. You got to put some boundaries there. You got to put a kibosh to that. You do not have to do everything. You don't. And that doesn't make you a better person than somebody else. It doesn't. You are doing yourself a disservice for some of you. Okay? So some of you really need to start doing things. You really need to start focusing on your healing journey here. And be honest with yourself. You may be avoiding doing that. Maybe you're used to working a lot because you want money. Maybe you have a huge focus on material things. Your focus is on the wrong thing. You can have the 10 of Pentacles, but you can attract it as a divine, when you are in that divine feminine energy. Again, that's the false belief, working really hard. Could be, again, conditioning from parents or whoever raised you, or society even says that. Right? You could be avoiding doing the healing because it's going to be a challenge for you. It's going to be hard. Well, I don't have time to do that. I have to do all these other things. Are those other things for your highest good here, Taurus? Are you really voiding the truth of the situation, like the Two of Swords, where, again, you have to be clean, honest with yourself. Am I trying to do all of this stuff that I know isn't for my highest good because I don't want to reconcile with the past? I don't want to do the healing. That's your prerogative, Taurus. But if you want to be more at peace, if you truly want the 10 of Pentacles, having it all, being in 10 of Wands is not going to attract the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is tied to this energy. Like attracts like, okay? All right, let me think here. Some of you really need to communicate to whoever you're dealing with who is not pulling their weight and say, you know what, so-and-so, I can't put on all this. I cannot take on all these responsibilities. I can't. You got to speak your truth. And for some of you, you have a hard time saying what's on your mind because you're afraid of something going wrong. But again, God did not ask you to take on everything. You are putting more burden on yourself. Give that burden to God, but God's also telling you, you need to speak up. You need to say something. Okay? You need to say something. Maybe there's something about, maybe somebody here wants to move, wants to relocate. because there's too much going on somewhere. It's like maybe there's something in the home. Either there's not enough space, or there's not enough or maybe you live near family and you are not only trying to do everything for your own family, but everybody around you. Maybe you live by parents or siblings, and everybody goes to you, Taurus, to help. And you just can't. This is you. Some of you, this is you. You're so tired. You're so freaking tired, Taurus. You are blocking your own abundance from coming in by being this tired. Why? Again, your vibration's way too low. It's time to have the courage to speak up. Don't worry about what's going to happen. Some of you are already being told by God you need to say something, okay? Bunch of different energies, because I always pick up on a lot of stuff. All right, let's see what you need to avoid for this week. Thank you, Spirit. Look, what did I say? I said some of you were avoiding doing the work. You have to do the work, Taurus. The inner work. This is achieving self-mastery, okay? You want somebody who's going to really commit to you and be supportive and help you out. You have to really start becoming more of the divine feminine here. But you got to focus on doing your inner work and facing your demons, doing the shadow work. There's like no follow through here. It's like, yeah, some of you with this 8 of Pentacles in this position, some of you you're avoiding the truth of what you need to do by working really hard. And for some of you, this is working a lot at a job. Some of you might be very focused on your money. That you're thinking, I have to do all this work if I want to have all of this luxury or this lifestyle. That's a misconception, Taurus. For some of you, you can attract all of that abundance. Again, for some of you, you're at a job and you're way overcommitting yourself to it. Again, this could be even with job and family life or something. You are spent. You're on the brink of collapse. And God's like, Taurus, what are you doing? I have so much coming to you, but you're blocking your own abundance. You're blocking somebody who's going to support you by lowering your vibration, by being on the brink of collapse. This is like a repetitive pattern for you. And again, it's ancestral because it's you've seen your parents do this, or your parents told you. Maybe you grew up poor, there was something with money, or maybe you came from a wealthy family and they put pressure on you to kind of maintain the family wealth or something like that. Again, that's not going to be for everybody. And they were telling you, well, you have to work hard. Either way, somebody or your conditioning was told that you had to work ridiculously hard or overdo it to have wealth or to have money. That's not it. It's not it. Some of you keep doing this over and over and over again. You're committing yourself to someone that you know you shouldn't be committing to. This is the all work or no play card in this position. You have to have some sort of playfulness, especially when you're in a relationship. That is going to really cause more of an unhealthy relationship that's not harmonious, where there's some, or maybe it's your person, if it's not you, Taurus, someone who's working all the time. Maybe you're dealing with a Capricorn. No offense to the Capricorns. But there's something here that's either you, Taurus, or somebody that you were with who's just overly focused on the job. I need to do this, I need to do that. And then where's the fun? Where is the downtime? Where is the playfulness? Where is the childlike energy? And we saw the Page of Swords over there. There is a child here. Yeah, some of you need to be more playful. You need to spend more time having more fun. All right? Being more childlike. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, this is like somebody's working too much. Way too much. Life was meant to be explored and to have fun and to be lighthearted. The society we're in now has told us, no, you, in order to have this house and to have wealth and luxury or whatever, you have to put in all these hours and you have to overcommit or whatever this is. It's a lie. You don't. If you think about way back when, do you think people were that busy? Some people had one job and one job only. They were a blacksmith, right? And they stayed to that. And then they went home to their families and they did their family stuff, right? You see what I'm getting with this? Some of you might be dealing with somebody who's not committed to you with regards to balancing out things in the home or at work or whatever this is for you. But this is doing too much work, overcommitting yourself over and over and over. Some of you are workaholics, but I'm getting a sense of some of you are trying to avoid healing. And it could also be tied to money here. Some of you are overly focused on material things instead of going the spiritual route. That's why spiritual maturity is at the bottom of the deck for your theme. It's time to focus on your spiritual growth because, again, when you get to this state here, vibrating at that high level, you start to attract the abundance. And you don't really have to lift a finger. And I know it sounds crazy for some of you, but that's exactly what happens. It's what I've learned. I used to overcommit myself and do everything. And the amount of peace that I have in my life it still blows me away. And I'm no longer at my 9-to-5 job. It's so very different. I know that God is my only source and supply, and that as long as I'm doing my mission work and I'm vibrating at the violet flame frequency, God is going to provide. And he always does. 4 swords. Yep. Dormant. Stagnant. Yeah, I keep getting a sense some of you, Taurus, are trying to avoid something by working. Or okay. For those of you who are divine counterparts, Taurus. Okay, hold on. Spirit's like, you forgot to say something with the 4 swords. Staying in silence. All right? Not speaking up. Not taking action. You got to take action here. Some of you are getting too complacent with your situation when you know it needs to change. Because you're not saying anything. You're keeping it to yourself. And you're not taking action on fixing this situation. That's why we have the Chariot at the bottom of the deck. You need to take action on this, Taurus. Because as I said, that 10 of Wands is going to become the 20 of Wands. And I know that sounds crazy, but again, that's what they want me to say. But if you want the situation to change, you're going to have to do something about it. Some of you, as I said, you have to speak up. You have to stop being silent and stop being complacent. You're going to have to take action on this. You are responsible for your wellness and your happiness and your well-being. You're responsible for your life. Again, the Chariot, you're the driver of your destiny. You need to take control of the situation. And again, take action. Bottom of the deck is the Knave of Chalices, which is the Page of Cups. Yeah, you guys have an issue with actually communicating what you truly feel, your emotions. Okay? There's childhood wounding with this. It's like growing up, you were suppressed, like you were told that you couldn't express your feelings, or you would say something and maybe your parents or whoever raised you was like, oh, no, you can't say that. It's my way or the highway type of thing. That's what I'm getting for somebody. Somebody had a very controlling parent here. You're afraid to express your true emotions here, to be vulnerable. Your intuition is telling you that you need to take action, that you need to speak up about something, Taurus, but there's like a little bit of fear here. And it's stemming from what you saw as a child. Maybe you grew up in a family where, let's say the husband, your father and your mother, for example, the father was controlling and the mother was like shut down every time she spoke up. That could be for somebody here. And you picked up on that. That's an ancestral pattern. And maybe that has been running in your family for generations with that, okay? All right. You're afraid to be vulnerable and really speak your truth about how you're really feeling. Yeah, for some of you, it's dealing with your childhood, okay? That can be broken. And I'm picking up on this because I went through this very same thing. I'm going to be vulnerable right here because I can't help others if I'm not going to be able to speak my truth. I was able to overcome that, Taurus, and some of you who are resonating with this part, you can do the same. You're emotionally blocked, okay? There's this wounding here that you need to heal. We have a lot of page energy, and the baby, this is children are in the Rider-Waite here too, see? There might even be something where you might have 3 kids, okay? And you're taking care of all these 3 kids, and there's a baby involved. That's for somebody specific, okay? And you're doing everything because you were conditioned to do everything. This sounds a lot like my past, which is interesting. And this is what happens when I do my readings, because I'm supposed to be, you know, example so that people can say, wow, you went through the same thing. It's like, yeah, but I was able to overcome this. I had to put an end to it, which I did in my marriage. So, yeah, some of you have these emotional blocks. You may be dealing with a water sign too, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or that's in your chart. Maybe you're dealing with somebody who continues to cancel things. Like I said, you could be dealing with a spouse or an ex-spouse or somebody that you may have children with, and they keep, you know, messing up your plans. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. They're emotionally manipulating you because they don't want to commit to their responsibilities. And they put everything on you, Taurus. That's for some of you here. Again, if you're dealing with this, Taurus, you need to speak up. You cannot hold in your truth any longer because you're just going to be over. You're going to continue to be in that 10 of Wands energy. And I said it's going to magnify. It'll dim your light, and then that will start to cause health issues and all types of other issues. So whoever you're dealing with, who's very emotionally manipulative, you're going to have to nip this in the bud. Okay? You're going to have to do it. Get the energy of the Chariot. Okay? And again, don't beat yourself up for this, Taurus, because this is stemming from ancestral patterns for quite a few of you. You've been conditioned to think this way, to act this way, or to not act. All right? But don't Don't get hung up on it, but you do have the power. Like through God, you can do anything. Just ask God for help. Give all these worries and burdens and stresses to God and ask Him to help you with this. Others of you who are coming into union with someone, this person wants to commit to you. They they want to work with you here. They're very dedicated. They're being very serious about this. What I'm also hearing is that your person achieved self-mastery. They put in a lot of work. And I was talking about that. The feminine did the work, the masculine did the work. See, work with the healing. Some of them are putting in a lot of effort into building something for themselves. Maybe, as I was going to say, this person was working on their finances, because maybe before their finances were not healthy. There were some financial issues, hardships with this person, and they started to find something that they love to do, they were passionate about. They might have built a business. I don't know. That's for somebody. They worked very hard, not only on their finances, but they worked hard on their inner self. They did the inner work. They spent a lot of time and they really committed wholeheartedly to healing. There's also a sense of completion here with regards to healing. This is achievement. They've achieved mastery with getting to, with regards to their healing. I'm hearing like the healing is being completed. We do have a 10 of Wands, so that is completion. And we saw a 10 of Pentacles. So this person really did a lot of inner work here. A lot of meditating to get them balanced and centered. A lot of other things that they did. Maybe they did yoga even. They even took retreats or something like that to help them to build a better life for themselves, and to also maybe work on their finances. Maybe they got some sort of help with that. And they have, not only that, they did a lot of healing with regards to their inner child. Or this could be you, Taurus, or just suggesting that you do that. Again, because this person also had emotional blocks. They were manipulated in the past by somebody. And they were afraid to be vulnerable. This person, your person, Taurus, was really working very committed, working very hard on doing the healing work, the inner work, so that they could heal this inner child wound from whatever trauma happened in their childhood, and to better communicate their emotions with you, to be vulnerable, to open their heart. And that's what's going to happen here, Taurus. Your person is worked very hard on writing something to you, on expressing their emotions. So I'm hearing go easy on them. Listen to what they have to say, because these cards don't lie. What I'm channeling, this person had a lot of childhood wounds here that they needed to heal. There's some family stuff here. And again, with the Six of Cups, yeah, inner child, the past. Even things that happened with the past. It could even be, you know, dealing with the marriage that didn't go well, or what I talked about before. Somebody who was not doing their part in a marriage and maybe got divorced, and now they're a single parent and they're still doing the same thing, and they couldn't speak up to that parent, and they finally said enough is enough. There was a lot of hard work that was done here. A lot of hard work, Taurus. With either you or your person. And now that they've done all this hard work, they are, they're no longer going to be dormant. They're no longer going to be silent. They're like, I'm sticking to committing to what I've worked so hard on. I can't turn back now. I have to communicate with honesty and integrity my true feelings. There you go. I'm now going to be vulnerable with Taurus. There could be like some romantic gesture. It could even be a proposal. This is a message of love, but this person's gonna be very vulnerable and honest about their feelings. They're now ready to open up their heart. And they know that might be a little bit challenging because they were unable to do this before. But I said with the pages, there's newness here. There's a new way of this person communicating their feelings with you because they know they cannot hold it in any longer. It's been too long that the pressure has been weighing on them to the point, the brink of collapse. They can't move. And it's like, I have to get this off my chest. And this person is going to get this off this chest. This is going to be very shocking to some of you because this person's going to express certain things that like you kind of had an inkling about, but they're really going to be vulnerable here. And it's like Ace of Cups. They're really going to spill their guts here. Look, I pull this away. Look, it's the World card. Completion. They know they want, if they're in separation with you, which they probably are, if they haven't spoken to you in a while and they've been holding this in for a long time, they want separation to end. It's like, I need to complete this. I cannot live like this anymore. I have to get this off my chest. They want a new beginning. They want to start completely over here. But this is also telling me there's this huge achievement again. With this person, they worked very hard on their healing work. There is some great success here. Their healing work, I said it, has been completed. I said it. And the World card is behind the Page of Cups. See? The healing has been done. They've come full circle. It took a long time, but the time was needed for them to heal properly. That's why we talk about respecting the other person's journey. I think I said this before in one of your readings. Just because you're aligned doesn't mean that somebody else will be in alignment at the same time as you. Nope. And I know this because I work with a lot of feminines and I've seen their divine masculines chart when doing compatibility and kind of understanding their divine masculine more. All the divine masculines for the clients that I work with, their charts are way more challenging than their divine feminine charts. It's the same with my person. My counterpart has had a lot to heal, more so than me. And I know some of what my divine counterpart has gone through, and there's been a lot of trauma. That is not easy to heal, especially if you are a Pisces. They're the ones who take the longest to heal. You can go look it up, especially if they're a Pisces sun male or they got strong Pisces in their chart. Look it up. So you have to respect that person's journey because I don't think you guys would like it if somebody tried to have you rush. Because I've heard other people say it. Oh, they went through this? Well, I mean, whatever. They should just get over it. No, there's no such thing as getting over it. That's bullshit. You can't force anyone to heal, and you have to allow that person to heal on their own time. Again, it's on God's time. So for this person, Taurus, not only did this person work really hard on their work, but God did a lot of hard work on them too. A lot. Because some of these people had to heal from a lot of stuff. Okay? All right. Oh my God. I don't know what it is. My channeling. I get so many messages, guys. It's insane. But, like I said, there's this person has been, they probably were working very hard on what they wanted to say to you too, Taurus, because they don't want to mess this up. Because probably the last few times they communicated with you, it was probably Page of Wands in the reverse, where it's like high sexual energy and immature and like a little bit too flirty. All right? But they're like, nope. I need to really, really work hard on what it is I'm going to say. And I'm getting that they've been writing a letter to you. And they've been tweaking it and tweaking it and tweaking it. And they've probably been doing this for a long time. but they were also still healing, trying to find the right words to say, but understanding that they have to speak their true emotions, but with honesty, integrity here. Oh my gosh. Hold on, I got a carpet card. Oh my God. Alrighty. And there's your guidance, Taurus. Chrysoprase, allow yourself to receive. What was I talking about? Like, listen to them. Be open to what they have to say. That is what the divine feminine does. If you are a true divine feminine Christ, you will listen to what this person has to say. If you can't do that, if you get triggered, especially if they're communicating some challenging things to you, some things that might be some truths that might be like, holy cow, really? I have to be honest, and it's funny because I don't want to say it, but my guides are like, no, Jess, you have to speak your truth. If you cannot be receptive to what this individual has to tell you, you are not vibrating at this level. You are not the true divine feminine Christ, because a divine feminine Christ will be receptive and be non-judgmental and non-controlling and will not get triggered by what this person has to say. That's the truth. Divine, okay? Think about God. We are God within. God listens to our prayers all the time, right? Even though he might roll his eyes or something when we keep asking for things and we're not doing our part, but he still listens all the time. And he doesn't chastise us. He forgives us anyway. Even for all the crazy stuff that we've done in our lives, he forgives us anyway. That is a divine state of being. If you're a true divine feminine Christ, you will be open to receiving this communication and to be receiving the love that this person is trying to give to you. Bottom of the deck is Ocean Jasper. Schedule yourself in. And for those of you, the other message here where you're doing too much, you're giving too much to others. So I was talking about. That's why you're overcommitting yourself with responsibilities. Take a break. Go on a vacation. That's 4 of Swords. Retreat. Spa day. Take a whole day off just for you, Taurus. You deserve it. Okay? I'm telling you, I've been there. I've been there. No more of that nonsense. Ocean Jasper's at the bottom of the deck. There's always time for me time. It's okay to make yourself a priority. If you don't take care of yourself, it's hard to be available to care for others in an effective and healthy way. Schedule a little time every day to ensure that you are nurturing and nourishing yourself properly. Take a break and treat yourself in some small way. You've earned it. See? If your day is so full that you can't schedule 5 minutes for yourself, then schedule 10. Self-care is not selfish. It's absolutely necessary in order to be the best version of you. What do you do for yourself? Do you put yourself last on the to-do list? How can you make yourself more of a priority? Your affirmation is, I care for myself because I am important. Today, make a commitment to schedule time for yourself. Well, there you have it. And then I'll read Chrysoprase. Allow yourself to receive. It can sometimes be easier to give than to receive, but receiving help from others is a necessary component of a healthy lifestyle. See? Open up to receiving as much as you give. Remember, you cannot pour from an empty cup. There has to be a balance between give and take in all your relationships, whether it's with friends, family, or coworkers. If you notice yourself feeling guilty or uneasy when others give to you, shift your attitude so you can embrace what they have to offer you. Where do you give more than you receive? What feelings cause you to do so? What shifts can you make to create more balance in your relationships? Your affirmation is, I allow myself to receive. Today, say thank you without hesitation or deflection to all compliments that come your way. Totally the energy of this. The luminosity. Connecting to your divine feminine. All right? Okay, let's see what this full moon in Leo is bringing you. What is the full moon in Leo bringing Taurus? Please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. There we go. Thank you, Spirit. Look, a time for healing. The balsamic moon. What was I talking about? Bottom of the deck. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. You gotta get deep. Face those demons. Face your fears, as it says. Let's see. Balsamic moon. Did I pass it? Ay, ay, ay. There it is. Pulling this card suggests that the past is in the past and a bright future is beckoning. However, before you take your next step, make sure that both you and the situation feel healed. This is not the time to paper over cracks or to simply pretend that everything is okay. Rather, you still need a little more time to heal and to soothe both yourself and anyone else in need. Then remind yourself that anything is possible if you believe it. This is also a time to surrender and wait to hear guidance from the universe. Powerful insights can be had. If you know that someone or something really isn't good for you, this card is a reminder to surrender. Start to work on your belief in your dreams so you're ready when the time comes. When one is healed, all are healed. It's time to let go of the past. You are about to turn the corner. You need more time to heal? See? Think about how the situation would look if everyone were healed. Patience is required at the time of the balsamic moon. It's a time for self-care as you slowly but surely prepare yourself for the new moon, which is just around the corner. No matter which point in the current moon cycle you have pulled this card, it's a reminder to go a little bit easy on yourself. The time to step into your creatrix power will come soon enough. Give yourself the time you need. See what I talked about? You can't rush. Can't rush things. Give yourself time. Take care of you first. When you choose you, you choose God. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. This card suggests a rebirth. Think of your situation as the phoenix that's rising from the ashes, as the birth, death, rebirth paradigm. That's what Scorpio energy is all about. Whatever you've been through, there's a new start ahead. Ace of Wands. It might be a little dark. It almost certainly won't be rainbows and unicorns, but it will be deep and transforming. This card also suggests if you know you are magical, then this is the time to work your magic. It can also herald the start of sexier time if you've been experiencing something of a drought. And emotional intimacy is also on the menu. Scorpio is the sign that likes to go deep into body, mind, and spirit, so when this card comes up, there's nothing superficial about what's coming your way. Have some sexy time. Time to let go of a grudge you're holding. Move on from jealousy. Stop being obsessive. Could it be you're being a bit paranoid? Make an investment. Scorpio is a sign of death and rebirth, magic, and shamans. Its energy's a little bit dark, occult, and even scary. Not all of us like to face a shadow, but Scorpio demands it. In fact, it's through working through your dark side that you can get to the light. And the new moon in Scorpio suggests you need to do that now. Shadow work, right? 8 of Pentacles here. It does seem scary, guys, but wait what happens when you get to the top of that mountain. Let's see what's going on in your love situation with these cards that are hard to shuffle. Let's put that up there. What does Taurus need to know about their love situation, spirit guides and angels? Please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Oh boy. Okay. Look, the past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. This is totally the energy of this. Let go of the past. Stop romanticizing the past and reminiscing about it. There's your new start right there. Okay? As it says. Soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. Bottom of the deck is manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. All right, Taurus, if you would like to book a coaching session with me or a personal reading, you can find that information in the description box below. They don't want to stand up here. With regards to my reintegrating the Divine Feminine course, this would definitely help with that if you feel drawn to take the course. Information for taking that is in the description box below. I go through the 8-step process on to how to really reintegrate those energies into your life, into your self, your inner self, along with talking about my experiences. We'll have a Q&A session. This is also going to help you to really overcome those barriers that are preventing you from the abundance that God's trying to have you, that God is trying to bring in to you. It's also going to help you to fully fulfill your true destiny and tap into your unlimited potential, which is also going to then attract your divine counterpart, all right? So you guys end up being at that same level, okay? Any questions you may have about this reading or about anything else in general, you can please feel free to reach out to me. My email is in the description box below. Or if you hop on over to capellawellness.com, you can check out my service suite there with all my readings. My life coaching is there. Light counterpart readings are underneath the light counterpart readings category. Or there's other places there where you can contact me. All right? Okay, Taurus, that concludes your weekly reading. Thank you so very much for watching this video, for subscribing to this channel if you haven't already, and for illuminating the thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate it. I wish you the best today and always. I send you so much love, and I hope I illuminated your well-being today. Again, this is Jess with Capella Wellness, starring out.